can be arranged that the family of Assad is giving safe exit, and Egypt can be the one that can do that.
We have been in this dilemma for about 4 years now, and we did not see any concrete results coming up in order to solve the Syrian crisis. We did not see any steps taken in order to solve this issue.
There is an interest in regional internationally that you destroy the Syrian state. Now they realize that a vacuum would bring you something worse. At least with the Ba'ath party, the Syrian regime, you can deal with Assad. You cannot deal with al-Baghdadi. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, you don't deal with him. And so I think now there is realization that they and such organizations like Al-Qaeda in Yemen, who caused the trouble in Paris recently, cannot be tolerated. Now, I don't think that in 2 or 3 years you will have the same organization with the same power. Now, international coalition against terrorism in the Middle East, which is motivated by religion. You have seen many regimes in the area are working very fast to seize this moment, international moment. But we hope that governments become serious. When we see governments sponsoring terrorist organizations claiming that they are legitimate opposition, when they, Qatar, for example, or Turkey, which are very shocking that those countries are supposed to be fighting terrorism, but they host terrorist individuals and media.
Which is a very unexplainable thing.
No, but you see governments usually use domestic opposition in a country as a way to pressure them. And so we have seen that. I mean, imagine if Egypt hosts the PKK in Cairo and gives them media and call for violence inside Turkey. I hope that, I know that there are a lot of Turkish opposition forces who are not happy with Erdogan's foreign policy, which is worsening the relationship between Turkey and all its neighbors and all the people in the area. You have seen people calling for boycotting Turkish goods or Turkish soap opera even. To that extent, tourism is declining. Again, Erdogan has his own set of mind, and again, we hope that the Turkish people and opposition, take a stand.
Hopefully. Still with the Egyptian independence, and we read Ministerial Economic Committee presided over by Prime Minister Ibrahim Mahlad has tackled the much needed funding to resume the suspended archaeological projects. Antiquities Minister Mamdouh al-Damati presented a report on projects that are being carried out at archaeological sites and museums. It has been agreed during the meeting in coordination with Planning Minister Ashraf al-Arabi to urgently provide the required funding to resume 6 projects, including Grand Egyptian Museum, Developing Historical Cairo, Royal Vehicle Museum in Bulaq, Greco-Roman Museum, Abridos Temples, and Sharm el-Sheikh Museum.
We have treasures to attract tourism, but we neglect them. Some of those treasures are still under occupation, like the pyramids, the Giza, the camel mafia, the antiquities mafia. What is that? You need very firm hands and good organization and discipline and control. You cannot let things like that.
Pricing wise and how to deal with the tourism.
Camel area, okay, we should be set, the price should be set, and so tourists do not bargain and haggle over and all these tricks that we know.
We should not harass the tourists that they have to ride the camel or to buy some stuff.
Riding the camel has a price, going down from the camel is a different price.
I believe all of these things need to be adjusted very soon. Moving to Shuruq newspaper, we read Egypt's market main index EGX 30 jumped 2.14% on Tuesday session, and it was a relatively high turnover to reach 927 million Egyptian pounds. Meanwhile, the EGX 100 index and the EGX 70 closed up, and it reached between 0.71% to 0.14%. The Arab retail investors ended the session as the only retail net buyers, recording a net flow of 17.76 million Egyptian pounds, while local and foreign retail investors closed as net sellers, recording net flows of 113.65 million Egyptian pounds. EGX market capital excuse me, gained 5.82 billion Egyptian pounds to hit 518.84 billion Egyptian pounds compared to 513.02 billion Egyptian pounds on Monday.
As we approach the Future Egypt conference in March, I think there will be a lot of improvement in the world economic indices, but it will take time. Especially once we have the conference, which is luckily now has a site online, and then we have the parliamentary election in late March. I think Egypt is going to get more stable when it comes to the economy. So this is a good indication, but of course you will have other negative indications regarding the currency, foreign currency.
And we have seen a rise in the dollar price.
Exactly. So there are a lot of reasons for that, and we deal mainly with the dollar, but you see also that other foreign currencies are going down, like the euro, the sterling, the Swiss franc.
And we are wrapping up our press today from Al Ahram newspaper, and we read Shiite militiamen seized the presidential palace in Yemen's capital Sana'a on Tuesday in what the minister said was a bid to overthrow President Abdurrabbu Mansour Hadi and the U.S. And his U.S.-backed government rather. Witnesses said that the heavily armed gunmen were also clashing with troops outside of the residence of Hadi, who was reportedly inside receiving visitors at the time of the attack. The fresh unrest came after the Houthi militiamen, who had tightened their grip on Sana'a since overrunning it unopposed in September, surrounded the Prime Minister's residence at the end of a bloody day last Monday. The developments taking place in Yemen are quite alarming.
Yemeni is a tribal society. No one tribe can dominate or control the country. So even this victory by Al-Houthiyun, of course, is a cause for alarm, but I don't think they will be able to control it for a long time. Again, we wish that Arab states, should have invested more in Yemen. Yemen is the poorest country in the world, not only in the Middle East. It is the only country in the world that is going to run dry. There is no water, potable water. They are running out of that. The first maybe impact is terrorism. I mean, terrorism would flourish because terrorism flourishes in failed states when the central government is weak. Remember why we had trouble in North Sinai? Because there was no strong government. Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. Yemen, I mean, we have seen how Yemen is affecting Paris. So it's not, now we are interconnected world. We cannot say I am independent, I do whatever I want.
And we have seen also the repercussions of the unrest and instability in Somalia on other states like Kenya, like Nigeria.
Arab regional groupings have underestimated what is happening in Yemen, and we have seen the Iranian advancing, playing this card. The American government was only investing in drone strikes in several parts of Yemen after Al-Qaeda, and I don't think now this is working, and it just shows that the situation may even get worse. And so there has to be an international conference like what we are doing now with Libya to see the situation in Yemen and how it will be affecting the area and how to help the Yemeni government. I don't know which government now today, but anyway, we have to deal with the situation. Otherwise, you will have another Afghanistan in Arabia.
And to shed more light on the developments taking place in Yemen, we are going to watch the following report.